Ah, man. Yo, my night was crazy, man.
Yeah.
My night was unreal, man. My night, this tested my patience in parenthood. My son was sick. I told him, like, yo, you can't come with us. We were supposed
Mm.
to pick up with one of his best friends. The older one, I was supposed to bring the older and the younger. Younger one woke up like, yo, my throat is sore.
Right.
Like, yo, it's COVID. You know what I mean? You can't come. Yo, we threw a shit fit for hours.
Mm.
It was early in the morning, late on during the afternoon. He like, yo, I think it's just allergies. I feel better. I'm much fine. I'm like, all right, man. I personally don't think you should go and don't want to take it. He comes through the whole night. He's, on and off complaining. We get in the car late on the drive home, and he just starts yakking all over the back of the car. All over.
Oh.
Now, I don't know about you, but if I hear anyone else throw up, I start to lose it. I'm about to yak myself. I gotta put up the music. I'm driving like Heath Ledger, the Joker, head out the road just to make sure I don't throw up. Oh my God. Yo, we get home and he starts freaking out, yo. Like, I go to bed, I give him some medicine. I'm like, just lay down, relax. You should have never came. He starts spazzing. Like, I think like he had a glitch in his brain or something. He's running around the living room. Like, yo, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. My eyes, I can't see you. My vision's messed up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the fuck happened. I get nervous. I'm like, this shit looks like a full-blown psychopathic meltdown. Like, we need to get you to the psych ward.
Yeah.
Yo, I take him to the fucking emergency room. They give him some medication so he can stop throwing up. He ends up falling out, going to sleep. They COVID test him. He didn't have COVID. So I just got massive piles of throw up in my car.
Oh.
Smelling awful in this heat right now.
Yo.
Just tested it, man.
So that's some type of shit where you just throw away that whole car. That shit done now, nigga. The whole shit away, man.
Nah, you remember Pulp Fiction and they one in the back of the car? I just put mad blankets on top. Let's go, man. Fucking boxing. What a
night. Yo, what did you think about it though? Like, what did you think about the fight?
Man, the whole night, other than the meltdown that happened with my family, whole night was incredible, man.
Yeah.
Not only did we get a dope couple fights last week, I think this fight topped last week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That shit was epic, man. That shit was epic. Watching that Tank, man, fight, it looked like Tank was a junior high kid going against a high school kid. Like, he looked so small in comparison. Like, yo, he looked like a kid fighting in there. And I mean, the first couple of rounds, I could see that he's, I guess he's trying to fill him out and see what he could do and, how he's going to get inside. He finally started to put some work on, I think around the fifth round, maybe the end of the fourth, but definitely around the fifth round. That's when he started to really start working. I thought it should have been something that you had mentioned to me the other night. And I agree with you. I thought he was going to do more body work.
Yes. So real quick, to set the stage for everyone, I didn't get to post it, but I told my man Work, I'm kind of leaning towards an upset with Barrios. But I stumbled across some, the fight happened about 2 years ago where he fought a small southpaw and he started to fade in like the 7th, 8th round. And the dude didn't have enough to take him out. I felt if he fought Tank would have enough to take him out in the 9th round. So that was my prediction.
Okay.
Barrios would make it tough, But Tank would start to put the pressure on him late and take him out of there in the 9th round. And oh my God, it almost played out.
Yeah.
That way.
You know what, man? I didn't really like the stoppage. I thought the ref should have counted. I thought he should have gave him another count. This is a champion. The magnitude of the fight, you give this guy a chance, man. You give this guy a chance to prove himself.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was exactly premature. I just feel like give him another chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Let him go out there. You always say, let him go out there and be great.
Right.
The only thing I would disagree with you is when he got hit, it looked like he turned away and went to quit. That's the only thing. It gave the impression of like, nah, I had enough. So I kind of see what you're saying, but I could also see the stoppage.
I didn't exactly think it was that. I thought it was more so the fact that it was a good body shot and he had like a late reaction, like he had like a delayed reaction. I wasn't too fond of the stoppage, but in all, it still was a great fight. Hats off to both of them.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, like we said, Mario really, he came in there to fight. He didn't come in there to lay down. He was still working. He was still throwing combinations. He was hitting Tank with a lot of shots. I think he probably maybe quickly buzzed Tank for like a half a second and he didn't do anything, maybe because Tank bluffed it real well. And I was like, oh, Tank looked like a little hurt when he did a little dance.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah. He was hurt, but for some reason, Barrios's temperament, he isn't, at least from what I've saw in some of the fights, he doesn't have that killer, not that he doesn't knock people out, because he does have a few knockouts on his record. He doesn't have that killer dog, like as soon as you get hurt, go for that throat type of thing. And it kind of showed up. It would look more passive. The only thing that I would say was he really did come to fight, because what I thought would happen was he would start to fade once Tank started to work the body. Man, was he game, man. He didn't just fall over, man. Even when he got dropped, he started throwing bombs right back.
Yeah. How do you feel about Mayweather going over there and being very active as a promoter? Does that bother you at all?
All right. So me from afar, yes. But we don't know how much he actually helps Tank.
Right.
In the actual gym. That's a closed school. It's a closed fraternity. No video comes out. They show you video of what they want you to see. So we don't know how much work Mayweather actually does with Tank. But just from the outside looking in, that would annoy me. If I'm the trainer and I'm thinking of something and I'm seeing something and we were working on something, it would bother me every so often that he kept coming over. What I did like was the motivation. What round was it? I think 10th, where he told him, yo, you down on the unofficial cards.
Yeah.
I love that. Because that wasn't so much interjecting. It's quick. Yo, you down, brother. I'm just letting you know. I want to be honest with you.
Right.
I thought that was dope.
Well, I mean, on the unofficial cards, he was down, but at the end of the fight, they showed the judges' scorecards, and every judge apparently had him up. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. I felt it was close, but there were certain moments where Tank did take over. The power started to come through, and Barrios didn't do enough. Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with Tank being up.
Okay. Well, let's move over to ESPN right now.
Whoa. Because I'm not really that big on Tank, man. So I gotta ask you. It bugs me out because he's an amazing puncher, very explosive,
right?
Very exciting. So I like watching him, but I feel I'm almost marveled. How the hell does he keep winning and knocking everyone out? he stands right in front of a lot of people. He doesn't have the best defense. He gets caught with a lot of punches.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell does he keep winning? This shit bugs me out. So I want to ask you, man, against the 135 guys and Josh Taylor, the 140, where do you rank Tank?
See, this is why I jumped over to ESPN real quick.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Should we put the brakes on?
Yeah. This is because we kind of had similar questions. Because so let's get into Loma's performance. And then I'll go back to your question. Yeah.
Yo,
he smoked this boy, man. He put the bricks on.
See, while Tank's fight was exciting,
yeah,
Loma was nothing short of dominant and pitched a fucking shutout. Oh my, that was fucking beautiful. And you know what's crazy? In the back of my mind, being that guy gave Lopez so much trouble,
right?
I was like, Loma's a smaller guy. He's gonna have trouble with this guy's reach. He's gonna have trouble with this guy's power. Loma is not known for power. I was like, I could see this being a really close split decision for Loma.
Mm.
Oh my God, he made me seem like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I might not even have this show.
Yeah, he definitely went in there with a chip on his shoulder. That shit was amazing, man. Wow. His performance was amazing. He dominated this guy. And you know, if anybody who didn't see the fight, look, this guy came in there to fight. He was throwing combinations. It wasn't like he was just there and, you know, he got out of there. He wanted to get a check. No, he came there to fight.
Yeah.
It's just Loma was just too dominant that night. And I thought if that Loma showed up to Lopez fight, I think Lopez would have lost.
Oh my God, I was saying the same thing.
Lopez would have lost.
Yo, work. I was saying the same thing. So leading up to the Lopez fight and the Lomachenko fight, I kind of gave the edge to Lopez being the bigger fighter.
Right, me too.
Now, what happens is when you move up, it takes you a little while to adjust to that weight. You know, it takes you a little bit. You're also fighting bigger guys.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a while to get used to their punches. I'm not sure how I feel about the rematch.
Mm.
And I'm a huge Lopez guy. But I agree with you, man. I don't know what will happen in the rematch.
I don't see that rematch happening, man.
Mm.
And you know, no shade at all to Lopez. I think it's a dangerous fight. I'm not gonna say I don't think he's gonna win. I'm gonna say I think it's a very, very dangerous fight.
Mm.
Because you know they did a little promo on Loma on basically having an excuse of why he lost, and that's really what it was. You know, his shoulder and he was hurt, and they did a lot of promo on that. Mm. And now it kind of seems like, hey, that he I guess he definitely did have an off day because he came in there and just destroyed this dude. So it kind of leads back to the question that you kind of asked me, but I kind of wanted to tie in the same question. Who do you think made a bigger statement at 135? Tank or Loma? Tank moved up to 140, took on a champion who he was clearly had a huge disadvantage in height and reach and got him out of there. Loma takes on a guy who Lopez had a rough time with and smoked him. Who do you think made a bigger statement in 135?
All right, man. Fighter of the night, it's got to go to Lomachenko.
Yeah.
It's got to go to Loma, man. They both had to deal with the height advantage. Mm-hmm. Both had to deal with the bigger reach. They both had to deal with the bigger fighter. And while Tank was an exciting and great performance, Loma looked completely dominant, man. Oh, my God. That looked like the pound-for-pound king that was taking over the world, man. And to be honest, I'm really excited to see him go at any of the other guys at this point. I would love to see the rematch with Lopez, I would love to see him in there with Haney. I would love to see him in there with Shakur. I want to see him in there with everyone at this point. To me, he pretty much saved his career because it was looking like the excuse, the Deontay Wilder effect, where someone lose and they want to point the finger at everyone in the world.
Yeah. See, what had happened was.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So my equipment was too heavy, but nah, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. It was a really close fight between him and Lopez. Even if I edged it out to Lopez, I could have very easily seen to be in a draw. So it's scary to see him do what he just did, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess I would have to agree, man. Tank, like I said, he moved up 2 weight classes, or 1 weight class, whatever, and he beat a tough guy. But yeah, Loma's performance, I think, just based off of his performance, I think he made a bigger statement that night. And you know, that's not to say that Tank didn't perform either. It's just that, you know, Tank he went in there and got the knockout and everything, but you know, maybe if he had a little more defense, maybe his performance would have looked a little cleaner. But just based off the performance, I gotta give it to Loma.
Yeah,
I gotta give it to Loma.
The fact that he doesn't have top-notch defense, it makes him so exciting.
Right.
It does. Not to make the comparison, but when Adrian Broner was coming up, everyone compared them to like a Mayweather type with no defense.
Yeah.
You know, which made him exciting at the time. You know, so Tank, real exciting fighter, but I always go crazy where I can't believe he's doing what he's doing. It's like a guy looking to get the home run every time, and only one guy made it out of there. It's crazy. It's insane.
So, what would you like to see next from either guy? Starting off with Tank, what would you like to see next?
So I saw a couple comments, Twitter, and some people were talking about how great the night was. And while it was great, the only reason why I won't put it over the top, over the roof, is because I don't consider Barrios that great champion, good champion. I don't consider him that great compared to the other guys coming up. That big of a name compared to the other guys. So I think I would like to see him in there with just someone with a slightly bigger name, whether it be any of the 135 Kings or Josh Taylor.
Straight to Josh Taylor. Oh shit. Okay.
If you're asking me what I want, man, I want this ball to keep rolling, man.
Okay.
You can't give me these Charlo fights. That was incredible. You can't do the Tank fight, the Loma fight. I want it to keep going. I'm getting spoiled. Yo, boxing is delivering right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
It really is. I don't like when they compete, though. So I'm glad that Loma finished the fight early so I could pay attention to the Tank fight. Shout out to Lomachenko.
The timing linked up pretty well. And all right, so speaking of Loma, what do you want to see from him?
I think there's so many good fights at that weight. I want to see any and everyone just fight each other. You got Ryan, you got Devin, you got Lopez. At the lower weights, you got Shakur, you got Herring. Let's get these guys in here, man. It's way too much boxing, man. So as long as he fights one of those top champions, I don't mind which way he goes. We talked about how Shakur's defense made guys not want to fight him.
Right.
I can see that happening with Loma, where guys are starting to back up and go, yeah, he might be a problem again.
Okay. So, you know, real quick, I mean, you said a lot there, and you said a name that kind of just triggered me for a second.
Oof.
Ryan, man.
Oh, man.
Right. Now let me hit this disclaimer before we move forward so nobody else gets triggered. You know, no, I don't want nobody to say no bullshit. So mental illness, you got to keep your mental in a good state.
Definitely.
Mental awareness is definitely something that you should pay attention to your health. And it's a serious issue. So with that being said, yo, did this man really just duck Fortuna?
Oh man.
Yo, did he really just duck Fortuna?
See, I don't
Do
know.
you know who Fortuna is fighting now? Now he's fighting Jojo Diaz. And now, for some reason, Ryan is back in the gym training.
It kind of looks like it, but then again, with that situation, it's touchy.
Yo, that looks like a clear duck, man. He could have said, yo, let's postpone this fight. Let's make a later date. I don't want to pull out the fight, but let's do this another time. No, he pulled out of the fight. And now Fortuna is fighting Jojo Diaz. And which I love Jojo. Like I love Jojo Diaz. He fights with his heart. I love him, but yo, Ryan just ducked this dude, man.
This is kind of my problem. When it's this loaded,
yeah.
Like I said, we're sympathetic to people with anxiety and depression. I'm someone who battled it myself my whole life.
Right.
So I understand it. But when it's this much on the line, it kind of does look like your man's
yeah, man.
Playing hide and go seek, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to see who he fights now. Maybe there could be some type of redemption in that, depending on who he fights next. But to me, this looked like a clear duck. You were scheduled to fight somebody, you pulled out of the fight. Your team did a great PR statement of mental health issue being important, which it is. He claimed that that's what happened. And Fortuna now gets a fight with Jojo Diaz because, they need somebody to fill that spot. And now he's back in the gym training. Like, it's just the timing seems off to me.
See, if he gets in there with one of the big names,
then he gets a pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna wait and see.
But that's the thing, because if he's getting more money for a bigger name, I could dig that.
Right.
But if he doesn't get in there with one of these top fighters,
yeah,
you start to question the man.
Right. Right.
Oh, you don't look good in the public eye, at least that's for sure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh. He has to be extremely frustrated and annoyed. If I was Fortuna, I would be annoyed because here I'm about to fight Ryan Garcia, and this would be a big step in my career, and I'm going to be a main fight. I'm going to be the main card of the fight. Now I'm not the main card of the fight because he pulls out and I'm fighting Jojo. Even though Jojo is still a great opponent, still, you would have been the main card, the main fight of the night, and now you're not because, Ryan pulled out. It's pretty unfortunate for Fortuna, man. It really is. It really is.
I agree, man, but I'm not, not to take anything away from Fortuna. I don't really love him, so he's got to impress me a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll really start to make an issue with it.
Right.
But this is more it was supposed to be his coming out party and it's not, but at least make the best of the situation and go out there and try to get busy. Just a little curious, man. I didn't get to watch it. What did you think about the undercard?
Oh, on Showtime.
Yes, Lubin and
Rosario.
Oh
yeah, man. That's my boy Lubin, man. The hammer, man. It's hammer time, man. It's hammer time. I'm gonna say this, man. I really like Lubin. I think he's a good fighter. He's strong. He might not have a good chin. he might not have a good chin. You know, sometimes he gets tagged and he gets wobbly leg real quick. He still did his thing in that fight, and Rosario doesn't look like he has a good body. Like you hit him in the stomach, he's gonna fall eventually.
Maybe he had some White Castle before the.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it was a really good fight. Both guys got hurt.
Yeah,
they got shook up, and the fight ended with a knockdown. Lubin did his thing. Lubin is a better fighter, and not for nothing. I remember you said, I think last week, sometimes a guy who's just he can't be fat. He doesn't have to be faster than you. He doesn't have to be stronger than you. But sometimes those guys win. And for a split second, it was looking like that for Rosario, and Lubin, he got it together and got him out of there.
And pulled it out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this about Lubin. He's actually impressed pretty well and got his career back on track after the speed bump with Charlo.
Yeah.
How would you feel about a rematch with him?
I mean, it's headed in that direction. I think he would do better this time around, but I still think it ends in the same way. I think Charlo would eventually KO him. And I like Lubin, man. I do. I just, he looks a little chinny to me.
Yeah. See, you are what you are. If genetics gave you a weak chin like Amir Khan,
yeah,
the best you can do, because I don't think it's a heart problem with Lubin.
No, not at all.
He's got heart, man. He's a tough fighter.
Yeah.
You may just have to work a little more on defense and being more conservative. But you do end up, it's a weird line. You don't want to be overly conservative where you get labeled boring. Shakur did. So in a weird way, I kind of like the drama when someone gets wobbled.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it shows your heart, you know what I'm saying? It shows your character, shows your grit.
Oh, yeah.
But depending on who he gets in there with, if he gets in there with somebody who not even has great power, has great accuracy, I don't know. So, with that being said, I don't know who you want to see him in there with, but I think these two styles will match up pretty well. And I want to know who you think would win, J-Rock and Lubin.
Good, interesting question. I think it will result in the same way he did with Rosario. I think Lubin would get it. I think Lubin got a little more to his game. I think probably both men will wobble each other, but I do think that Lubin has a little more skill and has enough to pull that one out. I thought you were gonna go a bit different, man.
Like, all right, hit me.
I thought being that the guy can't get a fight, maybe he would get in there with Andrade.
Well, Andrade's 160.
Yeah, but it's only a couple pounds. And he's not the biggest puncher in the world.
That's true, but I don't think nobody trying to get in there with him. His style makes.
He's just trying to throw his name out there to my lifeline. Yeah. Not that anyone cares what I say, but I'm just saying, man. I feel bad for that guy. It almost seems like he can't get anyone to fight.
Well, there was some rumblings very recently, maybe like a couple of hours ago, like 24 hours ago, how he might get the fight with Triple G. And, Triple G is a little on the other side of the hill, but he's still a name. So I think that would be a good look for him,
Oh, definitely. That's a good fight right there.
Yeah.
A good fight for him. I'll let you know this. He has to win that fight.
Oh, yeah, he has to win. He's going to look like a clown. He's literally going to look like a clown if he doesn't win.
Yeah. But, when you're already dangerous and no one wants to fight you, the moment you lose, you have to do 3 times as much as someone who's excited.
Right.
You get completely shoved to the side. So,
oh yeah, fucking Canelo's fan gang, they gonna roast you. They're going to kill him in the comment section. Yeah, he has to win that fight if he gets.
They're gonna make a song out of auto-tune to go and get the fuck out of here. Oh man, I can hear it.
But yeah, man. It was a real interesting night. Anything else that you want to get into?
I got a little something dropping this week. I mean, okay. Of course, every week we bring them the chin checkers.
Yeah.
Last week you dropped the Muhammad Ali video. So I think we're gonna try to give our followers a little something extra. So stay on the lookout for that, man.
Okay. You know, we're moving, we're working. Like we said before, we got a lot of stuff coming, and this is one of many. One of many. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.
Yeah, man. My brother Work, I appreciate you, man. Let me get out of here.
Likewise.
Yeah, man.